Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Ivan again. So today what we're going to do is we will make our entire landing page together. So we're going to make the whole thing from scratch, not even going to use a template, from a random offer from ClickBank. So if there's any offer or anything you guys want me to do in particular, you want to know how you can do a landing page on that offer, just write it in the comments below. For now, we're just going to pick a random offer and we're just going to create a page from scratch. Okay, so the plan is to make the landing page where we're going to collect the emails and then a thank you page. Okay, so for now, that's all we're probably going to do, just because you guys will be able to get an idea, and then we'll move on to other affiliate marketing tools and see how we can mesh it all together into one. Okay, so let's begin. So a few tools I'm going to use for this. I'm going to use PowerPoint to make our, maybe if we're going to use pictures, maybe make the pictures more transparent if we have to. I'm going to use ClickBank, obviously, to find the offer. Obviously going to use ClickFunnels, and I'm going to use free pictures websites. So in one of the previous videos, I talked about Pixabay or Pexels, I think. So those two we're going to look, and we're probably going to add some pictures to our site. Okay, so let's start off by going to ClickBank and seeing what offers are available. And then after that, we'll kind of make a plan of what we want to do. Okay, so I have my ClickFunnels here. So I don't know how to make this really random. I mean, how about this? How about we pick the number, say the number 15. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'll just click this little sign here, which is going to give me, all the ClickBank offers available, and I'm going to count down 15 from here. Okay, so I'll go. Let me just make sure that they're not ranked based on anything in particular. Yeah, so they're fine. So they're just random. Okay, so let's go. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so there's 10 on page, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we're going to do this one. Diabetes loophole. Okay. So it says the next big diabetes offer, former agro copywriter. So let's take a look at this, see what it looks like.
Hi, my name is Reed.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah, so we're not going to do too much research on what we should write exactly and the exact good words, right? I don't want to make this video an hour or 2 or 3 hours long, but I just want to kind of get that landing page out there and just to show kind of the basics of what it's going to look like, including everything we learned, okay? Yeah, so this is a pretty short page for him. I'm not sure where you click actually to buy his product, but anyway, we're going to do this. Yeah, so he's got, as you can see, he's got the ClickBank badge there. So let's begin. So let's start off by actually maybe planning this out and seeing how do we want to make our landing page. Okay, so I'm going to go to my Photoshop, and here, as you can see, I wrote this thing down already, so maybe we're going to have a title at the top, we'll have a video on the right hand side, and we'll kind of have arrows pointing down saying, show me the school system you have. So if there was anything that we were going to give away for free, this would be the kind of the best way to do it, right? Because we could say, free video or free ebook or free whatever reveals blah blah blah, and then we'll say, show me how you can do this for free. Now for this case, I don't know if we can do anything for free here. I don't know if there's anything available. Copywriter and split testing team use nonstop to bring out the winner with great specs. Okay, so people were able to reverse their diabetes. Okay, so this guy talks about, so how about this? How about we make a basic landing page for now? So scratch this for now. We're not going to use a video. What we will do, see, let's put a new document. Let's do this for now. So we're going to have maybe a brand at the top. So we'll have a little, brand, maybe a picture here of a brand. We'll figure something out, and then maybe we'll have a little thing here that's gonna say, free video reveals. Oops, reveals. Okay, and then you can say, see how you can. Okay, and then yeah, roughly maybe that's about it. And then we'll have a little button saying, ooh, ooh, show me, okay? Obviously not like that, but some way of saying, you know, click this button and show me what it's like. Okay, so let's do that. So let's start off. I'm going to go into ClickFunnels. I'll say this. So like I said, it's just going to be really simple. Just email landing page and thank you for now. Okay, so I'll name these diabetes test. I'm going to click build funnel. I'm going to build completely from scratch. Okay, both the thank you page and the email landing page. So I'm not going to use any template. Otherwise, it's just pretty simple. You just literally fill in the blanks. So let's go down here. Let's say opt-in blank page. Lovely. So there you go. Ta-da! Now the work begins. Okay, so starting page. Okay, so let's do this. I'm thinking first let's create a little layer at the top, right? So like we said here, we want to make a little brand layer. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do, but let's just roll with it. Let's see what we get. And maybe let's make this one full page. Okay, so let's make this the line that goes, stretch it across the entire page, even though our main text is going to be in the middle. Okay, so let me just, I guess, close that out. I don't need you. Okay, so let's do that. Also, I will insert a 2-column block so that I can have maybe the title at the top and a little picture, okay? And then I will slide this out a bit. Oh, it doesn't let me slide. So first what I'm going to do is I will add the elements first, and then I'm going to slide it. Otherwise, it's going to give you a bit of a hard time. Nope, it's still glitching. Okay, so that's not supposed... Yeah, it's supposed to be something like that. Okay. Let's see if... okay, sorry about that. Let's see if we could try this one more time and see how it goes, okay? Let's maybe say, let's go back to our page and see what we, where is it? Here. So 5 reasons one to reverse their diabetes. So the diabetes loophole, okay? So let's call it that. The diabetes loophole. And then add a picture. We're going to save that. We're not going to add anything now. There you go. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to be like, okay? Yeah, so we'll do maybe something like that, maybe. That's okay. We'll insert a picture. And then for this, maybe we should leave a bit of a margin at the top, so it doesn't, it's not just at the very top there. It's going to be a little bit down there, okay? So it's going to have some space, maybe 20 here. And just for now, I'm just going to color just to kind of show what it looks like. So maybe make it like that. Okay, so that's roughly what we're looking at. Maybe decrease these guys to 10. Maybe do that for now. Okay, so just I'm just setting up the layout. So I'm going to insert another section because this is the section where we're going to include our description, okay, and everything. So I'm going to say 1-column block. Should I do that? Yeah, so I'll just, okay, so here we're going to say free video reveals. Okay, so we're just going to fill that out a bit later. I'm just going to insert all the necessary elements first. See how you can ... And then what I will do is I will insert a picture, and this one will be arrows. So let's say, let's see, where was this? Here. Okay, so we're going to click arrows. Let's maybe do something like that. Okay, and make it a bit smaller, so not that small. Roughly, okay, roughly this is what we're going to do. And the reason, by the way, why I'm adding new elements is because I want the whole, kind of this whole blue section to be one color, okay? I don't want to have to color each individual column from here on. Then here we're going to include that, and hopefully we can make this the entire page, or we can make the text fit the length of the button. All right, so we'll do something like that. We'll pick the color. Hopefully we can do something, a color that matches, okay? So this is basically the rough idea of what we want to do. We have two options. Now we could also make this a little smaller, so we can make it go like that. Okay, so that's something we can think about. Okay, so this is basically our rough design of what, right? This is the bones, the raw bones of how we're gonna do this. So let's maybe, let me add a picture in the background to start off with. So there's two websites. There was pexels.com, I think, and pixabay.com. Okay, so let's use these two. Let's say, you know, I mean, what do you associate with reversing diabetes? Maybe, you know, something, maybe a smile or something like that, whatever. Obviously, you would maybe do your research, see what a really good picture would look like, spy on your competitors, okay, something we call funnel hacking, maybe a video I'll do later on as well, to show you what you can do and how you can kind of take advantage of your competitors to be able to maximize your conversion on your landing page, okay? For now, I'll just make it really simple. I'll just say maybe healthy person. Okay, so let's see what, how about healthy person eating? I don't know what you can associate with diabetes here. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so you have all these funny pictures. I mean, I'm looking to put in something like this. Eat your way healthy, because honestly I don't know squat about diabetes, so I was actually pretty unlucky to pick this topic with you guys. Let's say, what do we get for typing this in? Okay, so let's just do this. You know what, let's just do this. Let's just add a smiling person. All right. So maybe let's do something like that, or this one. This one's nice. Let's see if that fits. Will that fit in here? Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, okay. So let's try this one. So I'll just save image as. I'll just save it on my desktop. Okay. So then I'm gonna go to settings. I'll click on background settings. The reason I'm gonna do it here is because I want it to occupy the entire screen in the background. I don't want it to only occupy certain elements. I'm gonna upload this image. Let's see what it's going to look like, and then we may have to open our PowerPoint, and actually let me insert it here right here as well. All right, so this is so that we can make it less transparent, because it may be a bit too hard for the audience to see. Let's see. I mean, it's okay. I think it's too much, and then maybe not make this one white, make it just transparent, make the background transparent. All right, so I'll insert shape. So again, you can check out in this video, this is how we made pictures transparent. I'm just following those exact same steps. Okay, and maybe make this 60. 60 is okay. 60 is all right. What I'll do also, let me remove that outside line. That's the nasty line. I'll click this again. I'll click Save As Picture. Save it on desktop, and I'll say Smile, and I'll just say 60, so that I remember which one it is. All right. So I like to start with the background first. This is just my preference, because you kind of get to see what it looks like from a big picture point of view first of all, right? To me, that's just more helpful. All right, so don't mind if I do. It doesn't look too bad to me. Now let's make the background color. Okay, so here we want to make this maybe a bit transparent, maybe something like that. We can pick a color also. So I don't know. I mean, yeah. So here you pick the color. Here you pick the transparency of it. So it can be completely transparent, but I don't want to do that. I want to kind of differentiate the box. All right. So for now, let's just leave it at that. And what I'll do also, let me increase the margin a bit up top. I don't want it to be like that, okay? So it's going to look something like this. That, whatever, we'll play around with it, okay? So roughly that. Diabetes loophole, maybe let me do the same thing here. So perhaps, let me pick, so I'm going to just copy this exact background here, the layer, and I'll just put it back here. So something like this, okay? You know, maybe make it a bit different. Maybe make it a bit of a different color, maybe. Okay, so what color do we want it to be? Maybe something consistent with this, so maybe green. So let's do green. So green, I guess, for health, right? Let me just change that as well. Oops. Okay, so something like that. We're going to play around with it a bit more later on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we'll come up with a logo later. So let's say, okay, so what does this free video reveal? So free video reveals, so it says 5 reasons people were able to reverse diabetes, right? So maybe we can say free video reveals how over 19,000 people, by the time this is going to be up, maybe it'll be, you know, however 20,000 people were able to reverse their diabetes. So something like that. Yeah, I don't like the margin there. Decrease that. Well, I'm just going to remove the whole thing. Yeah, maybe something like that. Free video reveals, however, 20,000 people were able to reverse their diabetes. Okay. So here we can say, see how you can. So I'm just trying to think what else we could put in here. 5 reasons people were able to. Mother of a boy diagnosed was forced him to inject until he suddenly restored. Find out how he was able to kiss his shots goodbye for good. Okay. So maybe we could say see how you can eat your way to health, remove necessity for shots, and maybe let's put this one, let's say, shocking UCLA study reveals diabetes. Okay. Staggering 71% of type 2 were able to completely stop taking their medication. Okay. So, and let's just say, and much more. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. Okay, so now we should probably make this a bit prettier. We can make this green for go. Okay, so maybe something like that. Let's say, show me the video now. And then we're going to want this to go to the next page, so we'll just say submit form. Let's make the font on this a little bigger. Okay, so that looks more like it. So maybe over here what we would want to do is we want the top text to be biggest and then going down from biggest to smallest, okay? And then maybe not have everything bolded. Maybe we can color some terms as well. So let's see, and maybe decrease that a bit. I'm thinking also what we could do, see how you can, yeah, so maybe highlight those terms, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to highlight those terms and maybe make a bit more space between that. So I'm going to add maybe a margin of 20. And this one, oops, this one maybe I'll actually increase the font a bit. 20,000 people were able to reverse their diabetes. Okay, so something like that. Maybe correspondingly increase this one as well. Maybe change the font as well. All right. Maybe change the font. So we'll have to play around with that. See, make this 20. Make this 20. So something like that. And let's say we want our bold color to be, depending on maybe our logo, or maybe the logo here. So you have green and blue. So maybe we can have green and blue. Or red. Maybe we can make a nice red color. Let's make bold. Let's make it red. And let's say free video reveals how over 20,000 people. Okay, that's not. Oh, there you go. It's over 20,000 people were able to reverse. Okay, so maybe something like that. And then we can do the same thing here. Maybe make all that different font altogether, or different. Okay, maybe make it like that. Okay. So roughly that's the idea. So one more thing, let's put in some kind of logo up top. So I don't know. I mean, this is something we can make up. I don't see a logo here. I don't see a logo we can steal from these guys. We should probably ask them first before we do anyway. So maybe let's say I mean, honestly, I don't know what goes into this program. So that's something I would probably have to find out a bit more before I can put something useful, something informative for the person. So maybe again, I'm just probably going to do the same thing. Put another picture. Or you can custom design your own picture. Okay. So in this case, maybe what we'll do is let's just go here and let's just put a picture from stock images, maybe. Picture from stock images. Maybe one of these. No, none of those work. So image. Let me just see if this works here. Okay, so there's a bunch of icons here. So let's suppose this is our icon. Let's see what that's going to look like. Then obviously, like I said, you're going to create your own kind of logo, right? Something that symbolizes a loss of diabetes and something that makes sense. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to stick to that. Okay, so it doesn't look too great, but at the same time, it does its job. So let me decrease that. Okay, so that seems a bit big. Let's see what happens if I make it 100. Okay, maybe let's make that. Okay, oops. I just wrote the same thing, didn't I? So let's increase the font on that. Diabetes loophole, let's make it maybe go a bit to the left. Okay, so maybe something like this, okay? So roughly, there you go. That's what your landing page would look like. Obviously, you would play around a bit more with with your background. This doesn't look amazing, but like I said, obviously that's something you would play around with. And then we would have to install a ClickBank Trust badge onto this. So check out this video to see how you can install a ClickBank Trust badge at the bottom. But that's roughly it. Oh, one more thing we forgot. We need to do the pop-up. So what I personally like to do, and actually we shouldn't submit the page, we should probably add pop-up onto this one. Open pop-up. I like to open pop-up because it triggers kind of a psychological reaction for the person, saying that, you know, they clicked yes once and they're more likely to click yes again, right? Whereas if they just put in their email address or their name here right away, maybe they may not be as committed as if they would be if they clicked yes already. Okay, so let's do that. And by the way, let me also change the bottom margin here as well. Maybe not that much, maybe 10. Okay, so I'll just save, see where I'm at. And like I said, obviously play around with the colors. The color scheme doesn't look too good, but something you'd have to work with. So for the pop-up, all you do is you click here at the bottom, you click show pop-up. You can also edit pop-up settings. So there's different things you can do here. You can make it fade from top. You can show the pop-up when the user exits, so it's kind of like a catching mechanic. You can make it come in, obviously, right, and etc., etc. So I'm going to add a new row. Let me do... I'm thinking if I should put up a little picture again at the top. So what I would like to do is to put a little picture here, in fact. All right, and then I'll put up a little picture, maybe again of like a smiley face. Or okay, so whatever this product would offer, that's what I would put a picture of. So, I mean, in this case, like I said, I don't know what exactly this thing does. I don't know what it tries to sell to you. And again, that's something we would do our research on. But I would maybe just insert something here for now. Okay, so maybe let's just insert this image for now. Oh boy, okay, massive image. Let's make that smaller. A bit bigger. Okay, so maybe something like that. Obviously, that's not something you'd want to have, but just as an example of some image relating to the product would be good. Okay. Next thing, we would insert the input form. Enter your name here. We would input another input form. So I like to put in the people's name and email address. That way I have some more information about them and I can always send them a personal email, right? If I just collect email, if I'm writing emails to individual people sometimes, it sucks just saying, hey, hey, it's me again. Here's this, right? I like to make it more personal, so that's just my preference. And then here we'll add a button. We'll make this maybe full width, and here we'll say check out video now. Once again, maybe we'll make this a bit bigger. Obviously, also you can play around with the text and see what works for you, kind of do the research. Make this a nice green color. What I'll do, just close out of that, I'll just copy this one. So the colors match. Yeah, roughly they match, okay? So here also what I like to do is I'll say enter either full name or just first name. I'll say full name. And then input type, here we need to say full name. All right? And then what I like doing is I like inputting icons. So name icon, that looks nice, okay? That looks a bit more trustworthy to me. This one we need to put email address, and the reason why we're going to put email here and why this is important is because later on when we integrate this with GetResponse, so that your emails are sent out automatically, we needed to say email address. All right? Enter email here. So we'll say that, and there is an icon for email. We're going to put it here. Okay? There you go. So that looks solid. One more thing I could do also on these buttons is somewhere okay, yeah, so that just makes by the way, yeah, what I was doing here just makes it more circular or whatnot, so you can play around with that. I'm gonna keep it at 5, but what I'm looking for is let me see if that's the one. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so this one's gonna have colors. Okay, so I'm gonna add these. So depending on the color style of your page, maybe make it blue. There's underlined. There's a big border. Okay, so maybe something like that for now. Style, big border. Okay, so we'll do that. So that looks solid. One more thing I would like to do is probably to add a border around this. So I will And which is why I said I kept on adding elements. It was one of the reasons was for the border. So suppose I'm going to add a full border, and I would want it to be circular. So radius maybe 25, something like that. Let me just see. So there's that border, but then there's this border here, which looks a bit better, actually. Yes. So this border I'm going to remove. I'm going to put a border around the whole pop-up, okay? And I'll make it a bit stronger, and I'll make it kind of circular edges, okay? Custom things, something you guys can change anytime, but it depends on your preferences. Size, I make it maybe 5. Let's see what 10 looks like. Okay, so 10 maybe a bit too much. Maybe make it 5, and then change the color. You can do that here as well. I'll probably leave mine at black. Okay, now this button, we need to make this submit form so that it goes to the next page, which will be our thank you page. It could be the thank you page saying thank you for subscribing, check out the video here, or it could just take you directly to the video page, okay? You may not even need a thank you page. But I will do a thank you page in the next video. Anyway, yes, and then again for the button, one thing we could do is add a little icon as well. And you can change the position of the icon. You can make it either left or you can put it on the right. So let's say, I want to say, oops, not plus, check mark, check out video now, right? And you can make this on the right or on the left. I think in this case it looks better on the left. And then this one, maybe we can do the same thing. So let's say icon, check mark. Okay. So roughly that's about it. Like I said, the only difference may be color. Make it, maybe actually even white looks better here. And just make it completely so that it's just transparent. Let's see actually how this works instead of green. See if this will do any better. Yeah, so maybe that looks a little bit better, but again, something you can play around with. So roughly that is it. I don't think we're missing anything. You could include maybe a little trailer up top, just right over here. So you'd add an element, and you could add a video, and then put this video on the top. And say like maybe have a little testimonial, make this a really small video, just maybe add a little testimonial or add some testimonials at the bottom of this page. But this is just a really short one-page landing page, very quick and simple. People don't have to scroll, very easy for them to click that button. Yes, one more thing, maybe we could change the font. One font I do like in particular is Amethysta. So let's scroll down to that one. Amethysta. This one I like. This one looks nice, okay? In my opinion. So we can do that, maybe change this one as well. I mean, we could change everything to Amethysta. That looks okay. Maybe it's better. And if you want to go back to the default font, by the way, notice how now you don't know what the other font look like. You can just click right over here. I tell you in this video what the default fonts are and kind of all the similarities between them. All right, so then I can click that. Yeah, so basically maybe this looks good. Let's see if we can change this to Amethyst as well, see if that looks better. Okay, so maybe something like that. Maybe change this as well. Might as well, right? And then I'll show you guys what the page is going to look like. Okay, so roughly that's it. Obviously, like I said, also change the picture. Don't keep, smiley faces may not be the most, I mean, it's welcoming for sure, but it doesn't say anything about the product, okay? So let me just look for Amethyst again. Okay, so maybe something like that, okay? Yeah, so roughly that's it. Let's just see what it's going to look like. Okay, so really quick, people click show me the video now, pop-up pops, and then when they click this, they are forced to enter their email. Unfortunately, they're not forced to write their name unless you write that the name is required. So let me just open this up. So here in the email, it says submit on enter. So we need to make this one required as well, if that's the case, okay? In that case, they would need to include their name. So that's totally up to you. For me, for my personal landing pages, I don't have it set on required, but if you really want to have those people's names no matter what, you can write, you can make this required option, okay? By clicking on this and just clicking required. For me, it's there. I'd like to have their names, but if people would prefer not to give it away, I don't want to lose the sale only because of that. So for me, it's set at not required. It's kind of like an optional thing for me, okay? Yeah, so that's about it. Maybe one more thing we could do. Let's just make this animate, come from the right up on page load, and then that should do it. So we'll say, we'll do this. We'll say on page load, fade from right, and we'll make it come in after half a second, which is fine. So I'll just click on preview, and then boom, it comes in like that, and you click on show me the video, and that should right about do it. So thanks for watching, guys. Next video I'll complete the thank you page, and I'll show you, if you don't want to make the thank you page, how to make this go straight to your ClickBank page, which is what we're trying to advertise. This page right here, that's the goal, but we do want to collect the emails in the process, okay? So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. If you have any ideas for any ClickBank product that you want me to create a landing page for, you want to see maybe how, or the different ideas that we could have for this, again, put them down below, subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.